Excellent. Please make yourself comfortable. You seem a little apprehensive, which I can understand. However, please let me put you at ease. You've been called in today for this meeting because the board of directors sees a significant amount of potential in you. Yes. I'm sure you're aware that the CEO position will soon become available, and without revealing too much about the board's plans, I can confidently say that you're a very strong candidate. I have a file with some of your information here. Excuse the color, it's my favorite. I think we can review some things together, and I believe work on some exercises here that will awaken your potential and perhaps more fully develop your confidence, leaving you primed to really advance with the company. Very good. Excellent. Let's go ahead and review some of the information I have. Okay. Can you tell me, how long have you been with the company? And in what position did you start? And your promotion after that? Within a year? Extraordinary. That's great. Yes, I don't see that often. Okay. And in your current position, what are some of your responsibilities? How many are on your team? What have been some of your greater struggles in your current position? Yes, well, that's really common. Certainly, it can be a challenge to manage so many different individuals with significantly different skill sets. Yes. Now, conversely, what would you say have been some of your greatest triumphs, or which successes here have made you the most proud? And how many people did that event bring in? Any other successes? Wow, that's exceptional. Sounds like a fantastic amount of work on your part. Wow, that's really great coordination of resources. Mm-hmm. Certainly sounds like you are successfully synergizing backwards overflow. Well done. Can I ask you, now, what would you say are the 3 strengths that you bring to your position here? Personal characteristics, attributes that help you to succeed? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's quite all right. Even very successful individuals often find it's difficult for them to easily articulate their most positive characteristics. That's very common. Now, what are the 3 areas in which you would most like to improve? Yes, understandable. That's so interesting. I feel it was much easier for you to identify your struggles or weaknesses than it was for you to quickly identify your strengths. No, that's very common. That's something that we're going to work on here together. Now, I had the opportunity to interview some of your colleagues and the team that you manage. They had a great number of very, very positive things to say about your leadership style and the work that you do here. If you'll allow me, I'd love to read them for you. I think they may help you to more easily focus on the areas in which you're really excelling. Now it says you are an exceptionally fair-minded manager. You are a good communicator and are consistently available to answer questions. You create a sense of being on the same team as the people that you manage. Yes, that's really important. You command respect within the workplace. I have to say, I get the sense that you are truly doing an exceptional job here. I feel our focus is going to be on developing your confidence so that you can really continue to achieve and excel, and in turn move forward here. Good. Let's look back at some of the struggles that you highlighted. You talked about hesitancy, and you mentioned fear of failure. It's important to remember that as humans, essentially we're designed to remain within our comfort zone. Our brains create hesitancy, cause us to pause in our actions, and often we remain undriven, unmotivated to create the changes that will help us to move forward. Absolutely. So with that in mind, when you mention fear of failure, or even hesitancy, concern about undue success, all of these things are really going to hold you back, where you might otherwise be ready to rocket forward and truly succeed. Exactly. So we're going to address some exercises, some things that you can do. There's an excellent motivational speaker. Her name is Mel Robbins. She talks about the knowledge action gap, and essentially how knowing what you should do and motivating yourself to act in that direction are such disparate forces in your mind, and you might find it awfully difficult to bridge that gap. But there are a few things that we can address. You've proven yourself in your position already. I feel confident that you can move forward when we go ahead and highlight that confidence for you. I think that's when you're really going to find that push and force yourself in the direction of positive change. Absolutely. Good, I'm glad to hear it. You're doing a fantastic job already. These are merely the small tweaks, the things that we can do just to push you that extra mile. Alright, I think what I'd like to do is to I believe go ahead and set at least 4 goals for you. These are things we're going to write down together. I want you to be addressing these things in your thoughts and in your words and actions every day moving forward. Number 1, and I'll sketch these out so you can refer to them. What I'd like to see you do is to set your intentions. Yes, set your intentions for each day. This is going to start you out mentally prepared, intrinsically motivated. This could be as simple as deciding that you're going to increase your engagement with your team on a more interpersonal level. For instance, reaching out to a team member and inquiring about how their kids are doing in school, or asking if they are having the time that they need at the end of each day for personal life. That's merely an example. There may be goals that you need to achieve in your own life. So I want you to really be intentional. Your mind will help you make changes if you're focused. Have you worked in goal development before? You have? Yes. That's what we're going to be doing. Now, this one will take a little bit of work. However, I'm firmly of the impression that you are a hard worker and should present no problem for you. Now, I would like for you to create a starting ritual for yourself. essentially. And I can help you with this as well. You're going to develop a mental trick when you feel that you're hesitating, or perhaps if you see something that you could contribute in a professional setting, triggering your mind, you may quietly snap your fingers, or you may count 1, 2, 3 in your mind. That will prompt you, that will push you to take action. Yes, exactly. This will aid you in periods of uncertainty, and this will combat the fear of failure that we talked about. Yes. Rather than waiting to see if someone else is going to solve the problems that you come across, in the end, you'll find yourself taking action immediately. You will see the solution to the problem, and you'll just confidently, like a rocket ship, blast off in the direction of the solution that you see. Yes, exactly. Very good. The third assignment, essentially, that I'm going to give you now, this one may be a challenge, but I feel confident. Feel confident in your abilities. Third, I want you on a daily basis to find opportunities to brag about yourself. I'll say at least 3 times each day. I want you, with intention, to verbally highlight the things that you're doing right, the things you're accomplishing at work, the successes in any area of life that you're having. Good. Yes, it's not natural. It won't come easy initially. However, I need you to speak and to act all throughout your day with confidence. And where that's going to start is by highlighting the things that you're great at. And you're great at a lot of things. I want you to speak about those things. And if it's uncomfortable in the beginning, it will become routine. You will adapt yourself to constantly mentally highlighting the areas where you're doing well, and sharing those with others. And that will permeate all of your relationships. Yes. I get the sense that you're very humble, which is certainly admirable. However, acting, thinking, moving with confidence is really going to help you to advance in your position. And rather rapidly so. Yes. Good. Yes, I'm sure that you can do this. Now, number 4, again, in terms of personal confidence, this final exercise is truly going to give you a boost. Now, we talked about setting your intentions each day, And final exercise, at least for this session, that I want you to work on is to begin each day with positive affirmations. After you've identified your goals, the areas that you're going to focus on, what I want you to do is to repeat to yourself, certainly at least 3. It would be great if you could do many more positive statements, affirmations of how well you're doing and what you're capable of. And this will help you to stand taller throughout the day, to really move with intention. Really put a spring in your step. Now we talked about, we addressed some of the areas that you feel might be weaknesses, that you think need some more work. And so what we're going to do together is to develop some affirmations to potentially combat those doubts, to help you to turn a negative into a positive, as it were. So you talked about difficulty in balancing home, work life, responsibilities. It's very common. So I think what you might say each day is, something to the tune of, I am able to artfully balance and successfully manage all of the responsibilities of my day. I can handle this. It might be more simple. We spoke about fear of failure. Yes. Can you think of a way in which we might flip that around? A way that you can affirm to yourself that you are capable of achieving? Good. That's very good. Yes, it can be something as simple as merely saying, I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. I know that I will succeed. Very good. Yes, it's very good. Yes, I have the skills and the talents required to be successful at anything I put my mind to. Excellent. When we looked at addressing positive traits, admirable attributes, and then when we reviewed the very glowing comments of your coworkers and team, I got the sense that it's difficult for you to believe the positive opinions of others, that it may be a struggle for you to to highlight your own worth in any given setting. attribution. Of course, you can identify many more to use throughout the day. That would be great if you did. I think for our purposes, a third affirmation would be something like, I believe that I have everything I need to succeed. Or if you feel at all that you're struggling with interpersonal confidence, maybe you could remind yourself, the people around me notice the contribution that I'm making, or the things that I'm doing are important and valuable to others. Good, very good. Well, I have to say I'm very impressed. You've certainly accomplished a great deal here with the company. Yes. And again, your contributions have not gone unnoticed. Certainly the board sees a lot of potential in you, and I see a great deal of potential as well. Yes, you're doing a phenomenal job. Go ahead for me and address the 4 exercises I've written down. If you feel that further work is needed, we can certainly see each other again. I'll go ahead and ask for another meeting if that's the case. But I really feel that I'm going to make some exceptional progress. No, I think that's all we need to address. Fantastic. Yes. Thank you for your time. Go ahead and make sure that you move through the rest of your day with confidence, because you truly are extraordinary. Very capable of achieving great things. Thank you. Have a great day.